Okay, and repeat again now. So, you have to find your teammates later, and then the correct answer will only appear on one of your devices. So you need to work together as a team. The answer may not appear on your device. It will appear on one of your teammates' device. So you need to bring your device and look for your teammates. Okay? Sorry? We try once first. Okay? Wait first. There are 26 people now, 7 more to go. Yes? Yeah, then you have to help your teammates. Because the answer may not appear on your device. It will appear on one of your team's device. Okay, 2 more. Okay, 1 more. Anything else? Anything else? Sorry, writing there. Okay. So, everyone started? Everybody there? Somebody coming here. Everybody started yet? Everybody starting the office now? Oh, anything there? No, B1, B1. Right. All these wide. Okay, now you just set up and get ready to talk about it. Okay? Let's try not to be too noisy. Control your movement and sound up. Ready? Then you need to have to make sure you see all your devices, okay? Because the answer may just appear on one of your devices only. Okay? Get ready? Okay, you can play 2 rounds with the same team, okay? So you get more familiar. Okay, you count. Ready? Okay, let's start. Only one of your device will take the correct answer. Who has the correct answer? Okay, so you can use all your devices, okay? Only one of you has the correct answer. Only one of your devices has the correct answer. Okay, very good. How the roll go on your teammates and you together. Okay, let's try another roll with the same team first. Okay, with the same team first, with the same team. Are you in the same team? Okay, we go up with the same team first, okay? Oh, okay, this thing is too powerful. Let's break them up. Huh? Yeah, are you ready? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. Ready? Are you ready? Ready or not? What is the job of P73? Okay, okay. All right, guys, let's take a break now and go into our percentage of pieces, okay? All right, we need 10, at least 10 minutes on our work first, okay? Yeah, let's go. Okay, now. Okay. Okay, you can, for the quick time, no. For, okay. For the quick progress, I'll go into the content first. You don't have to log into Zoom. All right. We'll see if we can afford another moment. Okay. We'll just do a bit of this percentage of 1T. All right. Wait. Come back later. Okay. I have only 20 minutes left. Now, you don't have to log into Zoom. I know some of you are like, you haven't had enough of this game. That's how I feel like a struggle. Okay, let's try to focus here first. You don't have to log into Zoom. We do this one first. Okay. Then later on, we still have a subclass. So we can carry on this in subclass later, okay? If you want to, if we can afford it. Now, I'm on page 72. That was your homework from previous day. Some of our friends who have been on ALS, they have that skills to carry on to the next few pages. So earlier on, I checked Musha's work. She did this and it was correct. Now, anybody else have done this on your own accord? Okay, can I take a look at your work first? Okay, now, so up to page 70, up to page 72 is supposed to be homework. Okay, I really like some of you. I noticed just now, a few of you, like Tiffany, you are writing notes. Okay, thank you. Consularity. Good. Okay, all right. So very quickly, I'm going to step into this. This is part of the important skills. earlier on we have discussed, I've shared with you, what are some of the very important skills that you must have. Let me go back to percentage. Here, number one, meaning of percent. Number two, conversions. Number three, percentage of a quantity. We are at percentage of a quantity. All right, and later on next week we'll be trying to finish up with the whole chapter on percentage, ending with the three important concepts: GST, discount, and annual interest. Now, so we are at percentage of quantity. If you look at your textbook, here again, there are some methods of how to do as shared in your textbook here. This is page 62. Now, you don't have your textbook now, your table is full of things, it's fine, you don't have to take out. I'll show you the examples over here. This one, the first example on percentage of a quantity, is like, if you think about it, percentage of the quantity, the idea of it is very similar to what we call fraction of a whole, or fraction of a set of objects, or fraction of a whole. Quantity, we know this number, this term a lot already, quantity from rates. Okay, percentage is like we talk about, is what we know is similar to rates, the identity of per air for every 100% of the quantity. Now, so the idea of is similar to the idea I know there's a total amount of things and I take part of it. So that's what it means by fraction of a set of objects. So the skills are similar in these chapters. So for example, the school has 600 pupils, 55% of them refer to all the pupils, them refers to 600 pupils, are girls. Then ask you how many girls. Now, this is the same sentence as how a usual fraction question is asked. There are how many pupils in school, and then 1/5 of them are girls. It's just like the same idea as I have 5 cakes, and then 1/5 of the cakes is a chocolate flavor, and 4/5 is cheese. This kind of thing. So the idea is still the same thing. I have a whole, and part of it is one kind, and part of it is another kind. So certainly like ratio as well. So these ideas are similar, and you can bring the skills from one chapter to the other. Same thing. So the two methods here show you. Method number one, using the fraction to calculate. Changing the percentage to a fraction and multiply just like a fraction would. Fraction times whole number. Do the cancellation, you get the answer. And then previously we mentioned, if you are struggling with the cancel idea, you can do numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So I get but really it's not very sensible to not cancel. You got to learn the cancel method. Otherwise, to do long division with these big numbers is going to be very tough. Okay, so the cancellation method really helps. Now, method number two is just like how we do rate, right? Well, 100% is all of it. All the pupils is 600. So that's a one whole. So one whole is 100%. That's 600 students. 1%, can you see? It's just like how we do rate. All right, and then 1% is equivalent to 6 students. So 55% is 330 students. So there are two methods to deal with it. Now, the easier method, I will say, the easier method to remember is multiply by fraction method. Because you realize for all the previous one, no matter is it conversions of fractions to percentage to fractions, no matter it's all the word problems at the back, you'll come to realize that the multiplication on the back, towards the back, multiplication of the fraction is one method that goes throughout the whole chapter. You keep using it. Okay, so I would say easiest to remember, if you can remember, is one of the skills that go through the whole chapter. So if you can, use this. Now, if you compare again, which one is easier to understand? The truth, I'll say the easier to understand probably the unitary. Just like how we do rate, the unitary is easier to understand. Yeah, but you'll realize that this unitary method may not be very useful when you're doing conversion. That means you have to remember a few different methods. You see, sometimes your unitary method clean, easy to see, but sometimes you can't use unitary. It has to be the fraction method. Okay, all right. So I urge everyone to work on your fractions. But really, if you struggle during exam, I cannot solve, then think of all the possible methods that can help you to get to the answer. The last thing ever you should do, in fact, you should never do, is to leave it blank. If you leave a question blank, is you give up on the question and you get a 0 straight away. But if you dig into your brain and find all the possible methods, unitary method is one of the last way you can solve it. It's easy to understand. Okay? Now, coming to here. This is page 73. We are talking about percentage of quantity. Very important. Tomorrow I will be returning you your rate worksheet. Then you'll see this term important come up. You have quantity over quantity. We talk about that in fraction. We talk about that in rate. We talk about that now in percentage. There are units that we have to pay attention to. As long as talk about a quantity, that means an item, a set of items, a number of objects, definitely there tend to be some units that are involved. Be it 5 apples. Apples is the unit for 5. 3 chairs. Chairs is the unit for 3. You know what I'm talking about? So always be very asking yourself what units are you referring to. So just now, some of you, I see your work, you are missing units. So here, first and foremost, I highlight to you the 2 units involved here. Number 1%, the other 1 grams. Number 1%, the other 1 dollar sign. Here ask, find the value of each of the following. So if you think about it, 80% of 500 grams is asking you, say the whole, this is the whole. The whole, 1 whole is 500 grams. I'm taking part of it. So 80% is the part of it. Part of a whole of 500 grams. If I use the first method of multiplying by fractions, 80% is 80 out of 100. Multiplied by times the quantity is 500 grams. I can cancel. 8 times 5 is 40. Don't forget to bump up another 0 for the hundredths place. So because it's 80 times 5, so it's 400. So this is fraction of part of a whole. The whole is all of it is 500 grams. 80% is 80 out of 100. So this is part of 80% of 500 is 400 grams. Don't forget the grams. Some of you forgotten already. So I convert 80% to a fraction. This is method 1. The other method is, so I have a full 100%. The whole 100% is 500 grams. So 1% will be 5 grams. So 80% will be 80 times 5. That is also 400 grams. You can choose either method 1 or method 2. I strongly encourage all of you to master the first method. But the unitary method is easy to understand. Don't you agree? That is because we can understand proportion well. That's also a very good thing. If you can understand both, that's excellent. Okay, move on to the next one. So I have 25%. So 25 out of 100 multiplied by the amount of $6,000. So 25% of $6,000, I can cancel the zeros. So 25 times 6. I have dollar sign, don't forget the units. Dollar sign, 150, come up another 0 because it's times 60, not times 6 only. Method number 2, a full 100% is $6,000. So 1% will be $60. So I have 25% will be 25 times 60. Same thing, 1,500. So far, okay? Easy, difficult? Easy. Good. Okay. So I move on now. I do 2 methods, you do 1 method. See who is faster, okay? Some of us already finished. That's very good. That means you're just checking. I'll try to go a little bit faster so we can cover another page. Okay, before we deal with the word problems during supplementary class later. I will write in the units to help myself remember already. Now, the moment I convert this into this fraction part, I lose the percentage symbol at the back. Cancel, 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 cancel. 370 kilometers. 100% is 1,000 kilometers. So 1% is 10 kilometers. 37% is. Okay, can you understand fraction method? Raise your hand. Okay, I can understand the unitary method. I can do both. Excellent. Okay, good. Okay, I feel a bit unsure. Okay, Ken, never mind. Let's work on it together, okay? Okay, so far, okay? Okay, so far, the nice things are, the niceness about these page questions, the whole of page 73, yeah? The whole of page 73 is extremely helpful because you realize the numbers, the quantities are all in hundreds. So easy to calculate. No matter whether it's a unitary method or fraction method, they are very friendly numbers. Okay, don't forget the units here. You're missing out some units just now. You add it in already? Very good. Okay, moving on, page 74 now. Huh? You know what I mean? You can do it at home. Or some of your friends are like, chop, chop, fast, fast, they already finished already. Okay, I circle the page 73. Moving on, everybody. Ready? We're left with 3 minutes only already. That is my time already. See? Maths lesson, very fast one. Okay. Okay, page 74. Are you ready? Now, this one is the hard part already. A little bit, just a little bit level up. Now, here says, find the value of the following. He asks you, what percentage of 100 is 78? Now, they ask what percentage, so the answer for this must be in, you must see the symbol, the units is percentage. Meaning, you have 78 and then you have 100. The whole thing is 100. And this 78 is a part. So part of the whole, what percent is this? So method number 1, I go with the fraction method again. 78 is the part. The denominator is the whole, is 100. Multiply by 100%, that is the conversion of fraction to percentage. Do my cancellation as usual. Answer 78%. That's all. Yep. Now, I move on to the next one. So, what percentage of 200 is 40? Percentage, again, this is the question. So the unit, put a star here. You forget the unit, that's minus half mark. Huh? Now, the whole is 200. The part is 40. I have part of the whole is 40 out of 200. Okay? Method number 1, conversion of fraction to percentage, just times 100%. Don't forget to put in the percentage symbol, okay? Very important. Okay, don't forget to put in the percentage symbol. Do my cancellation as usual. 40 divided by 2 is equal to 20. So 20%, don't forget the symbol 20%. And just put the part out of the whole times 100%. That is the same step as converting fractions to percentage. Is that okay? Method number 2, again, conversion of units, right? Remember the other method, simplifying the equivalent fraction? Yeah. I just divide the numerator denominator by 2. I get 20 out of 100, so 20%. Okay, next one. I have the whole amount of money. The whole amount of money is $320. Part of the money is $80. So 80 out of 320. What is the percentage of this amount? All right, so the unit is percentage. So again, I have the fraction. I establish this a part that I want. Out of the whole that I have, multiply by. You're looking at the computer. I'm a bit worried. Because I already told you don't have to log into Zoom. Then I multiply by 100%. Now you realize you cannot cancel everything already, right? Yeah, so you have to do some additional work. Okay, I can cancel this one, and then I get 800 divided by 32. Then I need to do my maths. Divide by 8. Divide by 8. Okay. Can you understand? So far like that, huh? Now, when we come back for supplementary class later, we will be looking into dealing with some of the word problems. Okay? And then, if the word problems, I think we can spare enough time for the towels later. Okay? Okay, now need help. The bell already ding dong, ding dong. You need to shut down. This time, the person in the middle will keep the laptop. The person on the right will keep the earphones or the mouse. The person on the left, how to pack. Okay? All right. I'll see you for some class later.